Good evening. How's everyone doing? Yeah. I told the team from Cola, if they win, I'm taking all the credit for it. They have a game tomorrow. If they lose, it's because they didn't pay attention today. So I'm going to be undefeated no matter what. Thank you for coming out. I think that it's a credit to you to take an evening and want to get better at your craft and sit in the gym and listen to coaches and talk and take notes and share ideas and leave here just a little bit better than we all were, myself included, than when we walked in. I grew up as a son of a high school coach. My biggest influences on my coaching career were my father, who was my high school coach, and my grade school coach, a guy by the name of Lange. So I was telling the coaches that when I get a chance to speak, it's a real honor for me to try to give back, because the level of influence that coaches have with players of this age and younger is gigantic. I feel like you greatly influence the history of their lives, whether it's on a basketball court as players or how they grow up. Maybe they'll be coaches one day because you were such an inspiration to them, or just how they grow up as young men and women. So this is an awesome opportunity. I've had some great influences in my life. I've worked for a Hall of Fame coach. I'm working for Brett Brown now. I've worked for Jay Wright, who's won a national championship at Villanova. But to me, it always comes back to the roots of my father as a high school basketball coach and my grade school coach, who put a love and a passion for coaching in the game. So this is great. I'm truly blessed. When I think about how God has driven my journey, here I am in London, England, working for the Philadelphia 76ers, talking about basketball, and people are actually going to listen to me. This is pretty cool. No one would believe it, but I'm really blessed. So here's what I want to talk about today, because I want to jump in on it. Often when you go to clinics, things can be very, very overwhelming, okay? Because everyone that speaks is going to make it sound like what they're doing is the best thing in the world, and that's how we have to believe it. We have to be confident in what we say. But ultimately, it has to fit you and your coaching personality and philosophy and your team. It might not fit from A to Z, but maybe some of it does. So what I've realized over the last 10 years of my speaking opportunities, I don't believe you need a coach to come in here anymore and show you an offense, because YouTube makes everything available. Getting PDFs online, you can study all the diagrams you want. So I've really shifted recently my messaging from an offensive standpoint into teaching offense as opposed to memorizing plays. Does that make sense to the audience right now? Okay, so what I would like to do today is take what we call our offensive conceptual structure. What does that mean? That means this. We believe to beat the best defenses, it's how you play after the play that matters the most. And it actually takes a teaching, an educational, a development mindset more than it does memorizing, do I start here or here or here? Because when you play against the best defenses, they will do a great job of taking you out of what you want to do, and now you still have to play. Okay, and I really believe it's important at the younger levels to teach them team basketball, reading and reacting, appropriate spacing, more than it does memorizing a certain play call. I really believe that. And I have 4 sons. One is 14, forgot his birthday, 14. One is 12, and I have twins that are 10. And many of the same things that I am given the opportunity to work with the Sixers on, I do the same thing with them. And when I go and I watch their games at their various levels, I see an absence of understanding team basketball. So we're going to jump into some things that we call our offensive concepts. And the reason we call it conceptual structure is there's actually a plan to it. It's structure in terms of once you get flowing and playing, everyone on the court will have an idea of how to play. So if I can just grab 4 players, and let's get 2 basketballs to start, and let's put 1 basketball on the wing over there, and 1 basketball on the wing over there, And let me get one shooter driver right here on this white line and one shooter driver here on this white line. A year ago, we realized that we needed to address our spacing. Okay, we needed to address our spacing. So we're going to use, because you guys play on the black line, right? So let's use the three-point line as the black line. You guys are good. Defenses and players, everybody's gotten bigger, stronger, faster at every level. And, you know, by the letter of the law, standing behind the three-point line in a youth development or a high school development is good spacing until a defender can stay between the ball and his man, and now it's not good spacing anymore. Okay, that used to be really good spacing. Okay, now in our view, it is not. So we came up with this concept of the 4-point line. That doesn't mean we want them shooting from the 4-point line. We want to space them at least 1.5 to 2 feet behind the line that they're able to shoot at. So for us, this would be the yellow. This is the NBA line, right, Coach? This is the NBA line. So we would actually have our players backed up behind the 4-point line. Okay? And this really is the start of everything we do, is to maximize space. We always want our offense to be higher, wider. You don't go out of bounds. That would be a violation. All right? Wider and lower. So as you look at your offense, when you view tape or you watch it as a coach on the floor, don't always watch the basketball. Are you maximizing your space? Because what we've learned is, let me grab somebody off the bench. What we've learned is even a help defender, let's pretend you're guarding him, he will end up gravitating to his man. So see, watch. Like if you, come on in and stand on this black line. Okay? See, he can play here. Now, let's say you're behind the 4-point line. That's good right there. Let's make it that red one right there, okay? Now he's going to end up moving up a little bit, which opens up a bigger driving lane. And if he ends up stepping in and staying where he was before, now we're going to talk about that. So we want our offense to be higher, wider, lower, and we want our players along the perimeter to be behind the 4-point line. That we actually have a line in our practice facility that's like tan. You can't see it unless you're standing on it, but it's where we want our players spacing. So if you're at a court, like if I'm a high school level coach here, I would probably have my guys, if I was practicing on this court, make sure they're behind the yellow line. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay? If you're coaching like 8, 9, 10, 11-year-olds and you don't want them shooting threes, I understand that. I don't know if I agree with it, but I do understand that if they can't reach it, you can still get them used to spacing behind lines. Good offenses create space. Great defenses want to take away space, so great offenses must create space. It's very important. So now what we do, and this is very simple, this is not going to be complicated. When he passes the ball to him, okay, you're going to step in like you want to shoot it. Now, we teach our players, you right-handed or left-handed? Right-handed. We teach our players, and there's a lot of different philosophies, to step into everything. Left foot, right foot. Their hands should be out, their butt should be down, and they're loaded. This is called loaded. We tell our guys to load up. And now we want to step into the pass. So I haven't really loosened up too much, but even in my old age, don't do this, all right? I could probably stand here, and as he passed it to me, I could take a 1-2 step and still be in shooting range. You want to space behind the 4-point line. So what we do a lot is just a simple thing is you're going to pass it. You're going to step in aggressively, as aggressive as you can. Go ahead, stamp. Good. And then you'll just catch it and drive it. Which way you want to go? Good. Drive it, all right? Now you're going to get ready to go, all right? And then you're going to take your rebound, and you're going to dribble it out, and you're going to replace him on that side, all right? So now as he lays it up, go ahead, lay it up. Eyes on the rim. Good. Dribble out. Now you're going to step in. Attack. Shot fake. Drive it. Get middle with it. Lay it up. Good. Dribble it out. Go this way. Good. Go. Step in. Good. Go. Very good footwork in this group. Behind the 4-point line. Go. Step in. Drive it. Good. One dribble. Next guy's up. Go. Step in. Drive it. One dribble. I'm taking him home. Here we go. Drive it. Good. Keep going. 4-point line. Good. All right, freeze. Okay, so there's a difference between being open and being ready, okay? Right now, you're open, okay? You want them to be ready. Don't be open, be ready. Don't be open, be ready. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have a split second. I'll pretend I'm playing defense for a second. Whereas this ball is thrown, you're stepping in, go ahead, as I'm stepping up. And you should win that game most times. You want to attack closeouts with readiness. If I don't come out on you, what would you do? I hope so, right? But if I'm here in this shift, in this defensive position, and we're properly spaced behind the 4-point line, throw it. You're going to catch it, drive it, and go. And you're going to attack downhill. All right, let's go through one more rep of that on each side, each player. Then we'll move on to the next one. Go ahead, go. Be down, go. Get there. Good footwork. Very well coached. Good. Get middle. Good. Get middle. Get to the middle. Good. Get to the middle. Yep. Uh-oh. Here we go. One more. Let's get one more each. Get there. Good. Get there. Good. Okay, stop. All right, good job. So now, hopefully you just learned what I just saw. All right. If I didn't say anything, I will bet you that most of these guys would have came out and stood right here. And by just coaching them and being aggressive and properly loaded up in their footwork, most catches, they were able to get on top of this line. So they have a much harder force to drive the ball downhill. Spacing is very important. Okay, let me grab 3 more guys out here. That's the 4-point line. So, when you talk to your players, you just tell them, be spaced behind the 4-point line. Just create more space. Some of them will shoot that. You might not like that. That's why they invented the bench. You'll be able to sit them if you don't like those shots. All right? But you want to encourage the spacing. And you always want to think about, am I helping my player for his next step? It's hard. It's a fine balance between developing a player for when you're not even going to have he or she, and then also trying to win. But the greatest thing we can give them really is development from the beginning to the end. I know Coach Showalter has been talking a lot about that. Development's very important. Okay. The next thing I want to talk to you about is body movement. Okay. So let me have one player here with the ball, top of the key. Let's keep one player there on a wing or one player there on a wing. Okay. And that's fine. We can get guys behind them. That's fine. But let's just start the ball at the top and then somebody else have the ball behind him at the top. There we go. And you can move in a little bit. Let's put you on top of the yellow for now. Okay, good. Give him the ball. All right, so we got a receiver over there and we got a receiver over there. Okay. Another important part about coaching good team offense outside of spacing is body movement. See, we all run plays. And on the plays, they move because we're telling them to move. It's like we're the remote control and they're the car. We're directing them. But then once they don't get a shot, they stand. And you have to break the habit of standing because that's what they want to do. Most players at any level want to throw the ball from here to here and just watch. That's what they want to do. And good defenses don't want to get beat middle. So good offenses should want to drive the ball where? Okay, you already know the answer. Yell it out. Middle. If the defense doesn't want you to get there, there's a reason for that. It's because they know their defense is going to break down. So you want your players to be intentional about driving the ball to the middle of the floor. Well, he can't drive the ball into the middle of the floor, coach, if we constantly have a player on offense. Because if there's a player on offense, throw it. There's always going to be a player on defense. So on most courts in the world, when they've built it, especially indoor, they put a nail right where the foul line lines up with the rim. I learned this a long time ago. So we tell the offense that anytime the ball is at the top and you reverse the ball to the wing, reverse it, we want to pull the nail. Like as if you had a hammer and you were pulling the back end of a nail out of there. We want to pull the nail for a brief second to shift the defender a little bit. One, to give you an alley if you want to drive it, but then to open up an opportunity for another player to touch the basketball. So this is a passing warm-up drill that we do a lot. And again, this is something we've learned by studying our own offense. On most nights where we do not play well offensively, it's not the plays. We have not brought enough energy to our offensive concepts because this takes a lot of energy. So let's just start here with the ball. I'm going to show you the drill, and then you guys are doing it. This is just a passing drill. So you're going to reverse it. All right, stop. Are you open or are you ready? Well, you weren't. Now you are. Throwing back that ball. Now show me ready. There we go. Good. Now pull the nail and get out. Okay, now you're stepping up. Okay, reverse it. Reverse it. Pull the nail and get out. Reverse. Come on, replace. Get it. Pull the nail and get out. Reverse it. No, 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 no. You're good. You stay. You stay for now. Reverse it. Good. Pull the nail and get out. Good. Fill. Good. Good. Reverse it. Pull the nail and get out. All right, freeze. Okay, come on up. You go there. Okay, now I want you to do this, and I want you to throw violent, good passes. Violent. Not this, coaches. We don't want this. Don't let them do that. Every pass, they got to snap it. Now, the one you got to think about is when the ball comes from here to here, there's a lot of different ways to teach passing. So sometimes you can swivel your hips. You guys see me? And I can pass it like that, right? You know, I think Manu Ginobili started the pass where you just come from here to here and you just move it like that. Now, you can throw it like that. It's a little advanced. I would suggest if you're going to do that with little players, younger players, turn around and face that wall, okay? Just start them like this. Throw me that pass the same way. That's it. Start them like this. Just this simple passing drill for about 20 seconds. Come on, faster, right? Will help you with that dexterity right there. Okay, so now what you guys are going to do, you're going to go through like 2 or 3 cycles of this. Then these next 3 guys are going to step on. This is a passing and cutting drill. Coaches, please feel free to raise your hands if you have any questions, okay? You can take this cut deep, or you can just take this cut shallow. It doesn't matter to me. But as fast as you get in the lane is as fast as you have to get out of the lane because you got to be ready to receive it. We good? All right, here we go. Move it. Pull that nail out of there. Go. Next guy replaces. Good. Next guy, you stay. You're good. Reverse it. Reverse it. Pull the nail. Get out of there. Replace. Now you get out. Reverse it. Pull the nail. Yep. When he pulls, you replace. Good. There you got it. Reverse it. Reverse it. Reverse it. Reverse it. Get out. One more pass and hold it. Good. Okay, like you wouldn't, you see now they're really trying to move, right? They're all over the place. You don't have to run in from the wing, but that was really good. All right, now let me get the next 3 guys. Okay? Now we're going to pass it and pull that nail out of there. You ready? Reverse it. Good. Pull that nail out. Next guy replaces. Good. Go. Reverse it. Pull that nail out of there. Go. Reverse it. Good. Pull that nail out of there. Reverse it. Good. Pull that nail out of there. Reverse it. Good. Pull that nail out of there. Reverse it. Good. All right, freeze. Okay, now, a couple teaching points. You want to teach your players to minimize the amount of time where they don't see the ball. They should try to see the ball the whole time. And you can't really do it, but you can come close to doing it. So what's your first name? Dylan. Okay, so let's start Dylan with the ball. So as Dylan reverses, go. Throw here. Anytime a guy cuts, you want to show your lead hand. You don't want to come in here like this. You want to show your lead hand. I would tell them don't be in a telephone booth, but these kids don't know what a telephone booth is, right? All right, so put out your lead hand, okay? No one's laughing. I actually thought that was pretty funny. All right, now, so he's showing his lead hand. Now, as you get out, if you can keep your eye on the ball, great. Because if you keep your eye on the ball, what else do you see? The defender. You want to anticipate the next move because as this ball's thrown there, go. You know whether you're going to pop for a shot or not if I'm hanging in here. All right, so let's do it. The speed is awesome, by the way. You guys are doing great. Watch your footwork. Catch every ball. We're always ready. Forget open. Be ready. Reverse it. Let's go. Violent passes. See the ball. Pull that nail out of there. Bam. Pull that nail out of there. Go. Pull that nail out of there. Good. Reverse it. Pull that nail out of there. Good. Reverse it. Pull that nail out of there. Give me one more. Reverse it. Reverse it. Snap it. Snap it. Snap it. Good. Freeze it. Give these guys a round. That's pretty good. Okay? Now, you can add so many things, coaches. If you want it to be like 3 passes and a layup, make it. If you want to make it 3 passes and someone drives it, do it. If you want the final guy coming off his inside foot or girl and shoot the ball, do it. But it's passing. So like if we were in a game, right? You've got the ball. And let's say you guys have a play, and let's say I'm on Dylan's team, and I set a screen for Dylan to come up to the top of the key. Go. Got it. Throw it to him. Okay. Now, if you had a shot, you'd shoot it, right? Okay. But if he doesn't, it's like, now what? And this is where we have to teach good basketball. And this is where I want to encourage you. Make it about teaching and educating them on how to play and less about the plays. Make it about positionless. Make it about positionless, especially if you've got younger kids. Like my son is 6'2", and I swear he is mine, okay? He's got big red hair, so maybe I'm lying, but he's 6'2" and he's mine. And I've watched these coaches try to like force him into being a 5-man. No, teach him how to play with his back to the basket, but teach him how to play basketball. Because he can shoot and he can pass and he can dribble. So I would do this with every position. Now, the key is when Dylan doesn't have a shot, he needs to have a next play. So just think about like if I'm guarding Dylan, I got to bust through this screen. Dylan doesn't have a shot and reverses it and cuts. This is how you beat good defenses. Now, as Dylan's cutting, what's your first name? Patrick. If Patrick's man comes in to help on Dylan's cut, he's got a shot. Give Patrick, you don't have the ball, throw it there. What's your first name again? Marius. So if Marius, you don't like Patrick and Dylan wasn't open and your man's pressure, what are you doing? You ain't passing. I'm all over you. He's not open. What are you doing? Don't do this. Whatever you do, do not become a protector. Become an aggressor. Because when you become a protector, I win. And basketball is a game of little balance. No protector, aggressor. So if I'm up on you, what are you doing? You're just, okay, oh, I like that. Hold on, I might take this off. I like that. All right, now you're laughing. You didn't like it when I was doing this. Now just rip through me and drive. Go. That's right. That's right. But while all that's going on, he can do that. Okay, good. That's a great job. All right, now, Marius, because I like you so much right now and you're trying to pick a fight, I'm going to put you up here. All right? I'm going to put you in the corner. What's your first name again? Say it again. Ade? Cool. All right, now, Patrick, take the ball right there. Good. All right? And then let's put Dylan on that slide. You guys can take a step back. Okay, now, so that was when the ball's at the top. We call that pull the nail. Now, in the NBA, if the ball is on a wing, okay, what the NBA calls a weak side help, which we all know is like you can sit in the lane, we call that an eye. Like there's a top of the eye, I'm guarding him, and there's a bottom of the eye, I'm guarding him. So if the ball starts here, start it there. All right, what we want to make sure we do, because everything we do is about body movement and ball movement. You cannot move the ball if you are not moving bodies. Because good defenses are just going to choke the offense. They're going to make them protect us. So you can scream all you want to your kids, pass it, pass it, pass it. We all do it. But you have to move. You've got to move the defense. You've got to get the ball from one side of the floor to the second side of the floor, and most times probably back to the third side of the floor before you get your best scoring opportunity. All right, so we want to always move the eye. So this stays in the theme of body movement. As the ball is reversed, okay, there's 3 ways. Let me get 2 guys out here. You're just going to, I told these guys they weren't going to play defense, and they lit up, and now I'm lying to them. You guys are going to play dummy defense, right? Not tomorrow night because your coach will yell at me, but right now you are. You're going to guard him, and you're going to guard him. Don't worry about that side right now. Start with Marius with the ball. Okay, so as the ball, see, they're good. This is a well-coached team. As the ball is reversed, now show me what you do, okay, defensively. See, we don't want them loaded up. You have to occupy them. So we move the eye on every pass, so it's instantaneous. When the ball is passed, the body movement must be instantaneous. And it's a fist fight with your players because they don't want to do it. They want to take a break. Don't let them take a break. Our players tell us, Billy, this is hard. I said, it is, but it's harder to guard. So sooner or later, it becomes a battle of wills. And if you create a conditioning, a development plan that has your kids passing and moving, it's fun, and they love it. Secretly, they love it. Okay, so now the ball's here again. All right, now, when the ball's passed, we have 3 ways we can move the eye. Go. The first one is just an exchange. Go ahead, exchange. You come down, you go up. Good. Yeah, that's all right, you go up. You guys switching it? Well, I didn't hear it. You better hope there's 2 people in the gym in your game tomorrow. All right? Say it out loud like it's.
Switch.
There you go. I love it. Okay, now. All right, so just you guys stay here. Reverse the ball here. Patrick, show me what you and Dylan will do. Just exchange on the weak side. Move the eye. Good. Reverse it. Just exchange on the weak side. Good. Reverse it. Hold it there. Okay, so just a simple exchange. Okay, good. Now, if they do that, so now you'll say, okay, exchange and slip. All right? So now as you throw it, as you start to exchange and they switch, you just cut right in there and look for the basketball. Okay? I don't know where your 5th player is. Maybe they're on this block. Maybe they're on that block. Maybe they'll end up at the top of the key. Maybe they're down here. But you just punish that. Don't let them do that. You just slip it. Okay? So now throw the ball back here. So we can exchange and slip. The other thing we can do is if you throw that ball, throw it, and see how he turns his head. If you can beat him over the top of that, we'll take it. That's one. Come back. Or if you can just make a direct cut, forget the exchange, give him the ball. You're just going to slash right behind his head. Throw him the ball, Dylan. As soon as you throw the ball to Dylan, just cut right to the rim right now. Good. We'll take that. That's a slash. So I can, and we'll get to this. I can slash in front of him, or I can slash behind him, okay? So let's just now reverse the ball. Good. Cut. Dylan, go. Cut. Replace. Now get out. As fast as you get in, you get out. Reverse it. Cut. Good. Get out. As fast as you get in, you get out. Good. Cut. Reverse it. As fast as you get in, you get out. Good. 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 Okay? So see, like all of a sudden now, we start to become the aggressors. There's a real, like, violence to our offense. We've got spacing behind the 4-point line. We're never going to stand at the top, and we're never going to let this weak side just sit here and spectate. We're going to make them work. Because even if I reverse this ball to Patrick, stop. Let's just say you 2 guys exchanged, and you're telling him to switch. See where he's got to look for the switch. So while all that's going on, if you decide to drive the ball to the middle of the floor, they have no idea what's happening. Or if you catch it and reverse it to Dylan in the corner, and Dylan just pulls it and goes baseline, they're occupied. Does that make sense to everyone? We good on that? Okay. The final way to punish this weak side, let's start the ball there, okay, we have a guy on our team from France named Timmy Lawawu who is elite at this. He's elite. The ball gets reversed to Patrick, and on the flight, he just comes up and sets a flare screen right here. And he's going over the top of it. And we're looking there, but then this guy ends up slipping right there. Okay? So you can exchange it, you can slash it, or you can flare it. You know your teams, and you know what they're able to comprehend, and I would never suggest putting all this in at one time. All right? All right? But I would suggest building into something that's simple. If you just get them exchanging, I think that's a win. Then if you can get them cutting aggressively, being greedy cutters, like really wanting the ball, that's good. Then you add this screen stuff in. That's a hard thing to scout and play against, and you're teaching your kids how to play. It'd be really cool if you had like I don't know what the equivalent of like a 7th or 8th grader here is, but then if he went on to his school, like in America, his high school, and you went and watched him and you're like, man, I really taught that guy how to play, or taught her how to play, it's really rewarding. You've really helped them, okay? The other thing on this move the eye thing is, let's start here. We love to do this as a shooting drill. You 2 guys can step off. We like to do this as a shooting drill. Let's reverse it, okay? And then move that eye there. And then you come off and catch it. And then you're going to quickly reverse this ball to him in the corner. Bam, reverse it, shot, bam, okay? I'm really sorry I pressured you, man. He's basically telling me, don't ever get up on me again. That was awesome, okay? So this concept right here, now the pressure's on you right now. You know that, right? This concept right here of ball reversal, move the eye, taking this guy from this to this is really aggressive. Does everybody see what I had to do there? So this is called good to great. I've got a good shot, and I turn it down. It's hard to say this because you actually just made that. To get a great shot. But you're building a basketball mentality and offense of unselfishness. And you're teaching them how to play, and it all comes back. because the next time he's going to do it. So this is just like we do this as a two-man drill. So let's just you start it, and I want to see the speed of it. You're going to come in and rebound that ball. You're going to now after you pass, you're still exchanging. All right, you ready? Reverse it. Go. Pass. It's good to great. It's good to great. Reverse it. Good. So you flight a pass. Good. There we go. All right, so, and then you need a coach to rebound. You need players to rebound. But it's a drill to go good to great. And what you're teaching him is after every cut, you got to go be ready. You can't just exchange and just lollygag out here. You have to exchange and be ready to play basketball. Okay, so we've talked about the 4-point line. I want to stand behind and create space. We've talked about getting people off the top of the key. I reverse the ball, I pull the nail, and we're teaching passing and ball movement. You can make that a great passing drill. If you do that because coaching, and I know Coach Showalter's talking to you guys about organizing your practice. Coaching is about like, I walk into a gym, how many baskets do I have? How many balls do I have? How much time do I have? And how many bodies do I have? And who the hell can help me do this? But you teach them how to help you. I've been a high school coach. I've been a Division III coach. Like right now, we got a staff of people that takes a whole bus to get over here. It's been me and a janitor in a lot of gyms through my career. Make them help themselves. But if you just say 65 seconds, 3 guys at a basket, and we're doing pull the nail passing drill for 60 seconds, 90 seconds, you start doing that 3 times a week, they're going to get in the habit of throwing hard passes and cutting. I promise you. I promise you. No doubt. Okay, now, the next thing I want to talk about is slashing. So basketball and the evolution of basketball has always been about beating pressure, okay? So when I came up as a player and a younger coach, I don't want to say young anymore because I want to always believe we're young if we're coaching, a younger coach, the biggest basketball influence was Bobby Knight. That was the big defensive influence, okay? Bobby Knight was a longtime coach in Indiana, and he's been at other places, but Indiana's the place he's known for. Everything was about denying. Rick Pitino, big-time coach, coached at Louisville, coached in the NBA, coached at Providence, coached at Kentucky, denying. Pressure. Pat Riley, when he was in the NBA, denying. Pressure. And that's when the Princeton offense and some of the elements, and quite frankly, a lot of European influence started to involve cutting and backdoor cutting. So then defensive coaches got smarter. So the next wave mostly started by a guy by the name of Dick Bennett, who was at Wisconsin Green Bay, and at Wisconsin was this pack line defense. Like, I'm not going to extend on you and let you get layups. So now teams, the Celtics do a great job of this. Coach Pop really started to do it in the NBA. They play position defense, all right? So now how do you still get those same baskets? So we're going to start Patrick here with the basketball. We talk a lot about slashing, okay? Here's what slashing looks like to us, all right? If the ball, I'm going to be the defense right now because this is actually a really simple drill. Dylan, go get behind Patrick. Say it again. Adley? Ade? Do you have a nickname, man? Give me something now. I'm just going to call you Swagger. How's that? All right, Swagger, standing behind Marias. Okay, now, so when the defense is blind, because this is what happens. See, when we denied, everything, Coach Scholler, you know this, everything was about forearm, your fist is out, like you touching all the time. So now the defense is about helping. Everything's about positioning now. But I'm telling you, they don't always see the ball in the man. They end up becoming much more ball conscious. That's not a bad thing, but they lose sight of their man. But see, this is still a hard pass. So like, let's say you drove it. Okay, freeze it. This would be a hard pass, right? Like if you tried to throw this, I'd probably get it. Plus, I know where he is. So what we work on a lot is as you drive it, and I'm here, as I back up to you, you backdoor me. This is one of the most fun drills we do with our guys, okay? So you got the ball up top. You're going to drive it. You're going to cut behind me. You're going to throw him a bounce pass. You're going to get your rebound and take him. Dylan, you're going to need a ball because you're right on top of this, getting ready to do it again. All right, go. Slash. Good. Next guy's up. Go. Slash. Good. Next guy's up. Go. Go. Oh, you're going to drive it, though. I want you to drive it. That's okay. It's okay. Do it out of a drive. Go. Drive it. Slash behind me. Good. Think about bounce passes more than chest passes. Good. Okay, freeze it. Okay, now, couple things. All right? If we throw passes like this on Thursday night, we'll commit 5 charges because these guys are so good defensively. They're elite. You have to teach jump stops or pivots in the lane. That doesn't take away the creativity. That's not what we're trying to do, but you're better off teaching solid fundamental. That should be your foundation at a youth and high school level. It's a foundation at any level, to be truthful. Okay? But don't let them just dribble the ball through the lane, go, cut, and do this, because that's what they're going to want to do, but it's a bad habit. So don't allow the habit. That's good coaches. Good coaches discipline and take away bad habits, even when they don't feel like doing it. It's hard, and you got to be confident when you say it. Look them in the eye. Let them know this is how we're doing it. Have fun with them, joke with them, touch them, make fun, give them nicknames, but you got to be disciplining them on those habits. Okay, now here's the other one. If when the defense drives, and see, this is where I think if you're a coach in the gym, you can do this to help them. If when you drive it, if I back up, now you're just going to cut right in front of my nose. So it doesn't always have to be a backdoor cut. That's why we use the term slash, okay? As you're driving, if I back up to you, just face cut me like you're trying to break my nose. Please don't do it, but cut right in front of my face. Okay, let's do it. Now you're cutting in front of my face. Now on this bounce pass, okay, as you drive it, let me be you for 1 second. When you drive it and you throw it, make all these finishes off of 2 feet. Do not let them just go flying through here on 1 foot. Make everything power. Give them a power base on everything they do. Go. Good. Cut. See, it's got to be more. It's got to be quicker. Next guy, go. As soon as you see me back up, you're out. Don't give me a chance to react. Because when I turn and look for you, go, Maurice, drive it. That's awesome. Good stuff. Go. Good. Go. Let's get another one. This is all. These guys are doing great. Go. Big time. Good. Freeze it. Okay, now put the balls on the wing. Move up a little bit right there. All right? Okay, now I want to actually do the same thing now out of this position. Okay, so we do this 2 ways. Let's say the ball's on the wing. This time you're not going to drive it, all right? So what will happen is we actually do this. We do this, believe it or not. Throw the balls here, all right? We go like this. So you're over here. We'll just have you make a skip pass just to work on passing. Now, you're not going to be able to throw a skip pass over pressure like that. So even when we work on skip passes, and by the way, when I say we work on it, we like lead the NBA in turnovers, so we need to work on it a lot more. All right? But you always want to go from an attacker, right, then to pass. If you stand up here, like this is a protector. This is my 14-year-old. This is not basketball. This is basketball and then up. So now as you go from an aggressor to a passer, now cut, go. That's it. You make the read. Ready? Next guy's up. How do I jump to the ball? Throw it. How do I jump? Cut. Good. Okay, you went face cut there. If you can cut behind me, cut behind me. Dribble it out. Be ready. Throw the ball back here. You got it. Go ahead. Throw it. Good. Skip. Cut right behind me. There you go. Good. Now this time I back up on your pass. Now you're going to face cut me. Good. It's an open lane. Good. All you're teaching is aggressive cutting. Same thing happens. Give him the ball. Patrick, now let's say you drive to your left. So now don't cut right away. Start them with the ball. Start them with the ball. So if you drive to your left and I go to help this way, you cut right behind me. That's right. See it? So you can do the same thing out of penetration. So pass and cut, penetration and cut. Ready? You start with the ball. Ready? You drive it. You go. Drive. Cut behind. Good. Ready? Drive. Cut behind. Good. Come to jump stops. Don't drift through your pass. Drive. Good. Cut. Good. Drive. Good. Okay, you went middle. That's fine. All right, now go middle, Patrick. Drive the ball middle. Move you up a little bit here. Marias, move you up a little bit. Drive middle. Drive middle. Good. Cut. Good. Good pass. Ready? Go. Cut. Good. They're showing off, huh? Here we go. All right, now you're going to cut in front of my face. Ready? Go. Go middle. Go middle. Good. Cut right in front. All right, you get it, right? Give these guys a round. They did a really good job. Let me get some guys that haven't been out here yet. So that you guys see that. So I don't know your gyms, but I'm just going to pretend for a second that this would be a gym setup. I'm actually going to take these 2 baskets away and say you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now, let's review some of the concepts we've gone over. 4-point line spacing. Great defenses want to take away space. Offenses need to create space. Pull the nail. Never let a defender sit in the middle of the floor and guard a stationary offensive player. On every ball reversal, there has to be body movement. If you don't have body movement, you can't have ball movement. Move the eye. Don't let the weak side sit in there. On any slot-to-slot pass, whether you exchange them, whether you slash them, whether you flare them, just make them be aware of something. And then slashing, because you're not going to get as many back doors because people don't deny, but you can still slash. So if you took those, and let's say your team has 16 kids, and you put 4 of them at a basket. Now, this will take time to build this, but you got time. Don't cut corners because you'll regret it. Don't cut them. We've all lived it. We've all made mistakes. When I say don't do this, it's because I've made that mistake 1,000 times, okay? I say that humbly. I've made it 1,000 times, and we still make them. If you just gave each of those tenets, those concepts right there, 2 minutes to 3 minutes, let's say 3 for right now, and you taught them how to do the drills themselves, and you coached them and walked around the gym, you know, in 16 minutes, 12 minutes, depending on which ones you would want to do, you're building habits of good team offense. Does that make sense to you? And when you'll be most rewarded, and let me add to that, not only are you building good habits of good team offense, if you're forcing proper hand position, if you're forcing proper footwork, okay, if you're forcing eyes on every pass, snap to pass, jump stop, your player development too, you're doing both. One of the things that's happened because there's so many trainers now working out guys, and it's a good thing, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, is somewhere along the line, like it looks like, well, it's player development and like team basketball. No, they should be exclusive a lot. A lot. That's coaching. How do I make my players better, but teach them how to play with 4 other players on a floor against 5 players? That's coaching. So if you organize your gym with your bodies, your balls, the baskets, your players, you can start doing this stuff. And then you'll feel really rewarded when you go in a game and you're trying to run some play you stole off of YouTube and it doesn't work and you're like, man, that worked for Brad Stevens. Well, he's got Kyrie and Al Horford and he's been doing this for a long time. Or that worked for Brett Brown. Well, like Joel's pretty good. Why didn't it work for us? But where you'll be rewarded is when they continue to do these things when the play breaks down. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. Now, the final thing I'm hoping to get time to do here is talk about penetration, okay? So a lot of what we just talked about right there was like body movement, ball movement. There was a little bit of driving. But now we want to talk about driving because this is where I think basketball has grown the most, okay? So I played college basketball in the early 90s. Let me get a guy on the wing and a guy at the top with the ball for now. And then let's just put one guy behind each guy. Make sure both guys at the top have a basketball, okay? You should get a ball too. What's your first name, man? Lance? How do you spell that? L-A-N-C-E. Okay, got it. See, I would have said Lance if I just read it, which would have been wrong. It's like communication, right? What's your name, man? Gideon? I won't forget that. Okay. All right, now, when I played basketball in the mid-90s, I was a point guard. This was my job. I was never allowed to drive the ball, ever. Everything was like flex, power sets, box sets. That was basketball. Things have started to change. So much of like dribble drive stuff, Steve Nash, Mike D'Antoni, Vance Wahlberg, European influence, like get downhill and drive it. So then basketball went through a period where, back up off to the 4-point line, you guys start here. Basketball went to a period where like this guy drove it, drive it, he passed it, go, and this guy was almost open every time. All right, now defenses have gotten so good, take that ball back, that like they know how to like be in proper position, drive it, kind of hold the fort a little bit. Maybe they fake, maybe they stunt. They throw the ball, and then they can take this one away, which now forces a second drive. So we got to work on this guy now. So we talk a lot about spacing and re-spacing. Because if the ball and the body are not going to be still, which that's good team offense, then you're constantly readjusting your feet and your body position through the course of a possession. Am I going too fast or is everyone following me? We're good? Yeah? All right, thumbs up. If you say it, you speak for the group, so I'm going to take it. All right, now, so a couple different things, all right? So what's your first name? Caleb, I got it. All right, Caleb and Luntz, how'd I do? It's pretty good, right? All right, he's got the ball, all right? Caleb's going to drive the ball middle. Okay, go. Pause button. Lance is not going to stand. He's going to respace along the perimeter. He's going to drive the ball. Jake, you got to get into the paint. Okay, good. Kick it. Now, we tell this guy, as fast as you get in, you have to get out. I just saw a coach up there go, yeah, I'm not saying, whatever I'm saying, I'm sure you guys have said it too. I'm not creating anything as I know. It's just how you say it, so it makes sense. As fast as you get in, get out. Because if this guy drives, most times this guy's defender stays. So that's the guy that's open. So now watch. Here's what we're going to do. Your ball. I'm giving you the most basic elementary things. You cannot, because on penetration, you can no longer live in just a spot-up world. I'm not saying you can't. There's going to be times where Ben Simmons is going to drive, JJ doesn't have to move, Kyrie doesn't drive, Kyrie drives, Jason Tatum doesn't have to move. But against good defenses, you are going to have to respace along the perimeter. Okay? So here's what I want. Caleb's going to drive the ball. Go. You're going to respace. You're loaded. Don't be open. Be ready. Drive. Which way you going? You got to get out. Come to a jump stop. Kick it. Shot. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But the importance of this guy respacing is critical because most defenses are going to force you into a second drive, the good ones. They're not going to let you just get open uncontested shots. So we're going to just keep doing that. Let's go, and then you're going to be up ready to go next. Good. Kick, drive it. Jump stop, get out. Good. Now, here's what I'm going to tell Caleb. When you respace, this is where the dots connect. Where do you think? What line do you think I want you to respace to? Where it's the 3. Yeah, he went 3. No, wait, I was paying attention. 4-point line. Okay? So when you drive and kick, just try to get yourself out. And don't drive to pass. Drive to score, but be ready to pass. All right, let's do it again. Let's take it. Let's have some intensity to it. You ready? Go. Kick it. Get out. Try to load up. Good. Shot. All right, next guy's up. Go. Drive it. Good. We'll switch lines when you're done. Drive it. Get out. Kick it. Good. Next guy's up. Go. Drive. Kick. Get out. Good. Go. Kick it. Give me another one. Good. Go. Drive. Kick. Good. Get out. Freeze it. Okay. Good. Give me 2 more guys. Stand. See where that black circle intersects with the yellow circle? Start right there. Okay. Good. And actually be right here. Okay. Most times we put you in the corner, but I want you to start here to make this point. Okay. So, now, when you drive, if he respaces, what does Patrick have to do? He's got to respace. You guys are smart, man. All right? He's got to respace. It's a chain reaction. Because if he respaces and Patrick doesn't, one guy can guard 2. So now here's the drill. Drive it. Kick it. As fast as you get in, get out. All right, stop. And try to not take your eyes off the ball. Now make an extra pass. Drive it. Come on, keep spacing. Where are you going? As fast as you get in, get out. Go. Drive it. Kick it. Now on your drive, he's going to end up with a shot. All right, now we're working. Everybody good? I know, school's, it's like a lot to remember, okay? Here we go. All right, let's do it. Drive, kick, respace. Get it. Here we go. Drive. Move on his pad. Respace. Good. Kick it. Drive it. Good. Kick it. Get out. Drive it, and just give Patrick a shot. He started the whole possession. Get him a shot. Good. Okay. All right, now, details, because I'm giving you the drill, but what matters the most is what you teach. Every driver should put their eyes on the rim. We'll tell our guys, drive to score, be ready to pass. Which means I got to have my head up and my body's got to be under control. But you got to attack the score because in today's game, if he drove the ball, okay, drive it middle, if his head's looking at me the whole time, I'm just moving in line with my guy. His eyes are his act. So by look, first off, you might be open. Secondly, now I sink to the level and we play. All right, we ready? Gideon, let's do this, kid. You ready? All right, let's get it. Go. Drive it. Kick it. Go. Drive it. Good. Good respace. Drive it. Good. Get out. Good pass. Oh, I see it. I see it. We're in Europe. Let's make that. Good. All right, here we go. Drive it. Here we go. We're overseas. We're going to do it. Go. Same thing. Ball's here. Drive. You want to respace. Good. Good to great. Good to great. Drive it. Good. 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 Kick it. Good. Okay. I want to give you two other thoughts. If you can teach your players that when they catch the ball in the corner, when the defense, just give Dylan the ball. Dylan, drive the ball and kick it to Gideon in the corner here. Okay, kick it. This baseline drive will always be open because guys are going to force you that way. And there was a time where this was so in vogue, you know, baseline drive, baseline drift, baseline diagonal, baseline dots. I think the defenses are starting to get really good at shutting that down. If you can teach guys how to attack a closeout and beat them back to the middle of the floor off of a corner kick, you're going to be ahead of the curve. You're going to be ahead of the curve. Okay, now I'm going to show you one drill and I'm going to wrap it up so Coach Young can go. Now, so this is how this whole thing comes together for us. Let me have an offensive player in the corner, an offensive player right here where this white and green intersect. Same thing there, and then same thing in the corner over there. And let me get 4 defenders that are just going to come out and pretend that they're going to guard these guys. All right, now, this is a drill we do. You stay on until you get stopped. And it's the first team that gets whatever you want to make it, 5 or 6 baskets. This is how we teach everything we just worked on. So all those things we just worked on, I hope and trust that you were able to grab some drills, some teaching points. I'm sorry we don't have more time, but I do want to show you this drill. So this drill usually starts with a coach starting right here. And I'm going to throw this ball to any player on the court. Okay, now, what did we just work on? What would you do if that ball went there? What would you do if that ball went there? Go ahead, do it. Okay, good. Okay, now, give me the ball. What would you do if I went like that? What would you do? Pull that nail out of there. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, you're right. Good. What would you do? Okay, good. So we call this drill, it's like, you know what, the name if I gave it to you wouldn't even make sense. So you can give it your own name, all right? But they're going to actually end up playing, and it's in our concepts. You're not allowed to screen. You're not allowed to pick and roll. You can't just go to a dribble handoff. This is a body movement, ball movement, drive. Sometimes we'll add a 5th player, and we'll put them down there in like the low zone. That's what we call that, or the dunker, or the baseline spot. And I didn't get a chance to teach this a lot today, but learn how to react off penetration. But the point is, when I throw the pass, there is instantaneous movement. So we're going to go 2 possessions. You guys are going to try to score. All right, I lied to you. Just 2 possessions of defense. Can you move that ball for me? Because if something happened, I'd be really upset. All right, good. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. On the flight, there's movement. On the flight. Go. Movement. Get out of there, Lance. Get out of there. Cut. Replace. Keep going. Keep going. Good. You got a shot or jive. Good. Ball reversal. Good. That's what we want. Good. Good. Okay, now. That's good. Now, what would make that great is if you weren't standing here. Get behind that 4-point line, okay? Ball again, all right? One more. Coach Young, I'm almost out, I promise you. Ball reversal, move it, okay? Good. Now exchange that. Good. Look to cuts. Look for your cuts. As fast as you get in, you get out. Nice. Nice. There we go. Good. Okay, now put the other team on offense. The other team's on offense. So that's one alignment, like put them in like almost like a shell drill. The other alignment is put someone at the top of the key. Let me get 2 wings right where like that yellow line breaks, and then 1 person in the corner. So who's on the top? You taking the top? Okay. So if he goes to the corner, you go down there a little bit. More of a wing. More of a wing. Keep going. Like right down here. Yeah, you got it. Okay. So now it's the same thing, but now we actually start someone at the top. So if I pass to him and he reverses it, he should pull that nail out right away. If I throw it here, you should be getting out of there right away. I see you. All right, who's guarding him? Yeah, you can get out there. Yeah, guard your man. All right, you ready? Here we go. Movement. Movement. All right, stop. So last thing I want to tell you, don't hold it. If you want to shoot it, step in and shoot it. If you want to drive it, step in and drive it. If not, get off it. If you're going to cut when he gets it, move. Don't wait. All right? Movement right away. Quick, 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 quick. Half second. Half second. Go. Good. That's all right. Nice. Man, you almost made me look really smart there. All right, here we go. Next one. Last one. Last one, and we're done. All right, you ready? Movement. Movement. Good. Nothing. Reverse. Pull it out of there. Good. Keep cutting. Ball reversal side to side. Good. Body movement. Ball movement. Good job. I see it. Okay, that's okay. Those mistakes are fine. Don't expect it to be perfect. See, now watch. If you don't come in here like this, right, and you come in here with your eyes on the rim to stop, you actually would have made a heck of a pass there. Right, now, can you make that one-handed pass? Of course you can. You're very good. But you have to have both. And against good defenses that are locked in, you got to be real solid. Give these guys a round of applause. Great job. I think my time is up. Coach Young is here. I want to keep everybody on schedule. I'll try to take 2 questions if I can. If anybody has them and they think they're relevant, I'll do it. If not, move on and hear from a great coach from Boston. Yes, sir. I'd probably start with the spacing, and then I'd start, this would be my order. I'd go the spacing first, because I think that's important. This is a great question. Then I'd do the pull the nail one, because I think most times there's going to be someone at the, how old are your kids that you're coaching? That changes things a little bit, but I think if I was starting from scratch, I would start with the spacing, the top of the key, right? And then the penetrate, like all that pass and kick and get out. What's that? Yeah, so I would do definitely the spacing. The one where the ball started at the top of the key and we just reversed it, that pull the nail and everybody just cutting and moving. And then all that penetration stuff. And then you should just make your own stuff up with that penetration things as it goes along because it can be really fun. You can add a second ball and everybody can get a shot. Coach, go ahead. We do it. So what we'll do is we'll put the fifth, either we'll go like a 2, like a 1-2-2 and say it's all 5 out, or we'll go 4 guys and put like a big man or anybody really down there. Like we'll do this stuff with Joel out here and someone down there. We'll do it with anybody. Yeah, so yes. I mean, again, know your team, know your time, their bodies, have fun with it. And that's the fun thing about coaching. You know, try to be patient with yourselves and your own development. Be confident. We're all getting better. We're all getting better. I'll take one more. On the offensive part? Yeah, so like most teams try to, on a closeout, I mean, the corners in the NBA are hot. Like a lot of teams just run guys off of that. On many levels, you know, that shot might not be worth more or easier than others. So the teams will close you off and force you baseline. There was a time in basketball where the baseline drive was like the holy grail, and you just pick people apart. Now defenses have gotten really good at shutting it down. So if you can get them to be intentional about, even on this closeout, finding a way to get back to the middle of the floor, it'd be very hard for defenses to recover that. So it would be one thing if I had younger players, I try to do it with my sons a lot, just drive the ball out of the corners. Guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.